y'all, and welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So we're going to go ahead and get into our special feature today, which is titled Quest for Love. You actually find this film streaming right now on Great American Pure Flix. I got it right this time, y'all. So here's what this film is about. Mackenzie travels to Mackenzie, who works for a chocolate company, travels to Costa Rica with her best friend Ethan. She hopes that Ethan will finally see her through new eyes. When a tourist meets Mackenzie, his interest in her makes Ethan wake up. Ow, okay. Anyways, yes, I have to every now and then throw out a film that is kind of lighthearted, a little comedy there sprinkled in there, and just overall just to have a good time. Yes, it is still clean, and you don't have to worry about any little yucky stuff in there. So this is, if you're looking for something just to kind of get away, to almost take like a little, I don't know, a little mental vacation, this is definitely the film for you. And it's like every now and then you have to throw in these kind of films. You know, it's nothing like really serious or anything like it's like, oh, you know, get your heart pounding and racing. Yes, we have those kind of films that we review on this channel, but for right now, we're just taking a little mental vacation here to Costa Rica. And here we have Mackenzie. Mackenzie, I can tell right off the bat, is very, I don't know, very business-like about her business. She doesn't really get out much. She has a pretty simple life. It's really work and home, and that's pretty much it. And underneath all of that, she does have like this eye for her best friend. They've been friends for a time now, and like with any relationship like that, you don't want to lose the friendship in trying to get something else that could possibly not work. So I can understand her fears there. And who likes rejection? Who wants to put themselves out there when you never know how that other person may feel? And the risk seems like too much for her. You know, are you really gonna risk losing this great friendship that you have with your best friend? So I understand the pushback. I understand why she is just like not really wanting to dip her foot in the pool, so to say. She'd rather just stay out of the waters. All right, yeah, we get that. I understand it. Ethan is a writer, and I love that. He is a writer, but he's a writer that is more like on, a lot of his books have a lot of adventure in here. Like his characters really, you know, like those, I'm just throwing out something like a treasure hunt, like anything that has just action and adventure in there, that is what he writes. But his publisher is kind of getting a little, not necessarily tired of that, but they feel like this formula is exactly what it is. It is a formula, and like how long are you gonna stick to this? How long our readers are gonna take this certain kind of formula from you before they decide just like, okay, we don't read one book, we don't read them all, and we know how that go. All right, so I love that they suggest that he put a little romance in there, and Ethan is turned off by that. He is not the romance kind of guy. That does not attract him at all. He really feels like he can't really accomplish that. Like that's just not in him, and we can understand that. So Mackenzie suggests, okay, I gotta go to Costa Rica for work anyway, why don't you just come with me? You may get ideas. Getting away from your environment, your familiar environment, could open up some doors to creativity. And he takes that chance. He is like, you know, he loves writing, he wants to do his best, he wants to keep his readers and expand his readers. So he's like, what do he have to lose? I mean, seriously, he's going with his best friend. They're gonna have a good time regardless, and you know, he really is a win-win, and I get it. So they go ahead and they take this trip, and Mackenzie is secretly hoping that somehow Ethan would, I don't know, kind of open his eyes and really see what's really there inside of her, even though she's not really giving him much to go off of. It's like, how can you expect somebody to really be in your head? He don't know what you're thinking, girl. Like, people do not know what you're thinking. If you're not voicing that to them, what do you expect? All he ever known is you guys' friendship. That's all it's ever been. So how do you expect him to just all of a sudden like wake up like, okay, she loves me? Like, seriously? So I feel Ethan more on this. Like, I feel like Mackenzie has like a coworker telling her, you know, like, really, like, how long are you gonna be in limbo here? Either you're gonna make a move and let him know how you feel or find out how he feels, or you're gonna live the rest of your life, you know, with this what ifs and torturing yourself, this inner turmoil that nobody knows what's going on, especially not Ethan. So I love that this really, well, on top of, so that's the underlying current thing that is going on within the film, but we do get to kind of dive into Ethan's like imagination, because the film, like, they have scenes that are playing out like it's his story, like he's writing the book, and him and Mackenzie are playing the characters, the main characters in his book. So we get to get scenes from the adventures that are going on inside of his book, as well as coming back to the reality of what's really going on. So that was really, really cool and creative, that I really appreciated there. And like I said, it's an overall fun film. It's not one of those films that, you know, like, it's heavy duty, like there's a real big message here and all of that kind of stuff. No, it's one of those films that you could just take a break, take a little mental vacation, and relax a bit. And I like to throw out those films here and there, you know, for you, because we could all use a little vacation. But that's pretty much the gist of the film. Like I said, you're gonna love the characters here. I have to say my favorite character, if I had to choose a favorite character here, I'm gonna have to say Lucas, who is the tourist that happened to meet Mackenzie and Ethan in Costa Rica. He is the guy who happened to be interested in Mackenzie, and I like him more because he was the only one to me in the film that seemed mature, that seemed like he knew what he wanted, and he was willing to go after what he wanted. He wasn't leaving anything up to the imagination. He was actually willing to take steps and do what he has to do to, you know, get whatever it is that he wanted. As far as Mackenzie, that's the part I didn't really care so much about with her, is assuming, you know, you got all these different things going on in your mind as if somebody's supposed to read your mind or something, and that was like pretty annoying to me. I know we have all done that at some point in our lives. When you see it playing out outside of you, it's like, girl, it's enough, it's too much. Okay, you grown, all right? If you like somebody, go ahead and tell the person you like them. What's the worst thing gonna say? No? All right, okay. If y'all friends, at the end of the day, he's gonna always be your friend, if he was a real friend to begin with. So that's how I was feeling, how I was thinking. So that's why I didn't really care for her. She would never meet my favorite character list, but it was a nice little thing to just be able to complain about with her. Okay, you know, just as far as the story is concerned. And Ethan, yes, I like the fact that he was a novelist here, and he wrote the kind of stories that he wrote. But the thing that I didn't really care too much with Ethan is the fact that he was a bit childish. When he did realize certain things about Mackenzie, he was very childish about it, and that was a turn off to me. Like, seriously, I felt like y'all all are grown, okay? Like, stop it, you know. So that's really all I have to say about this film. Once again, it's streaming on Great American Pure Flix, and we're gonna go ahead and get into our scripture before I close this out, right? And we're going to be coming out of Matthew 7:7-8. And it reads, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And the one who knocks, the door will be open." Mackenzie and Ethan could definitely use that scripture, y'all. But until next time, y'all, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.